Hello everyone, welcome back to the Secret Straight channel. Today we're diving into a strange and emotional situation that started as a simple blind date but unfolded into something completely unexpected. A single dad, still healing from the loss of his wife, walks into a high-end restaurant for a quiet evening. From the exterior, the location looks warm, inviting, and calm, the kind of place where people go for a peaceful dinner, away from the noise of everyday life. Soft lights, tall windows, and gentle music create a perfect atmosphere. But what happens inside completely changes everything. The moment he steps in, his performance, his calm, controlled demeanor, starts to fall apart. He's strong, responsible, and usually steady, but when he sees the woman waiting for him, he freezes. She looks exactly like his late wife. The jawline, the hair, the way she stands, everything is shockingly familiar. His breathing changes. His emotional safety features, the defenses he has built over the years, suddenly fail. All the memories he worked so hard to bury rise to the surface in seconds. The restaurant becomes smaller, the lights feel brighter, and his heart pounds like he's seeing a ghost. The interior of the restaurant is short and simple: polished tables, soft chairs, dim lights, and a quiet, intimate mood. But despite the beautiful interior, his mind spirals. He wonders whether this is a joke, a coincidence, or something impossible. The woman approaches confidently, unaware of the emotional storm she has unintentionally triggered. She smiles, not realizing he is fighting through shock. He tries to speak but the words struggle to form. Part of him wants to leave. The other part wants to understand how a stranger can look so identical to the woman he loved and lost. As they sit together, he studies her carefully, noticing every detail. Her voice is different, her personality is different, but certain gestures are painfully similar. This performance of his emotions, the way he tries to stay composed, slowly weakens. She notices the discomfort and confusion in his eyes. Finally, he explains what's happening, that she looks like someone he once loved deeply. She listens calmly, not offended, but curious. She admits she has heard similar comments before, but not with this level of emotion. The situation continues to test his emotional boundaries. His mind keeps comparing, questioning, and analyzing. Her presence feels like a mix of comfort and pain. Yet, she doesn't pressure him. Her own safety features, patience, emotional awareness, and understanding, make the encounter easier. She maintains a gentle tone, allowing him to breathe, to steady himself, to recollect his thoughts. Instead of turning the date into an uncomfortable moment, she becomes a quiet support, letting him express what he feels without judgment. The unique selling points of this blind date are unlike anything he ever imagined. First, the emotional twist, meeting someone who mirrors a memory he thought he had lost forever. Second, the vulnerability that both allow themselves to show. He admits fears, she admits confusion, and somehow they find a strange balance. Third, the unexpected human connection. She doesn't try to replace his wife. She doesn't try to mimic her. She simply listens and offers her own story, her struggles, her heartbreaks, her reasons for agreeing to this blind date. Slowly, the meeting becomes about two people sharing real emotions, not about ghosts from the past. The price he pays for opening up is heavy. Digging into memories hurts. Facing the past hurts. Confronting similarities hurts. But he also realizes that there is a value in facing the truth. Sometimes healing doesn't come from forgetting, but from understanding that life continues even when the heart feels stuck. Sitting across from her, he begins to learn that love and loss can exist side by side, and that meeting someone who resembles the past doesn't mean he has to relive it. He starts to relax. His voice steadies. The conversation shifts toward lighter topics: work, hobbies, parenting, the funny accidents that happen when you're raising a young child alone. She laughs, and he notices the differences, noticing how she is her own person. The emotional weight begins to lift. His internal performance improves. He feels safe again, grounded, and present. She appreciates his honesty, understanding the complicated feelings he walked in with. As the evening moves on, the restaurant becomes a comfortable space instead of a suffocating one. The soft music returns to the background. The lights become warm again. The interior that once felt overwhelming now feels peaceful. He realizes that the date didn't turn into a disaster, it turned into a moment of clarity. Instead of haunting him, this experience helps him see that life can surprise you in painful and healing ways at the same time. By the time they stand to leave, their dynamic has changed. They aren't strangers anymore, but two people who shared a deeply vulnerable moment. He thanks her for her patience and openness. She thanks him for trusting her with something so personal. They walk out of the restaurant with gentler hearts than when they entered. The exterior, which looked calm and inviting earlier, now feels like a symbol of new beginnings, quiet, hopeful, and full of possibilities. In conclusion, what started as a blind date disaster becomes a powerful emotional journey. The single dad confronts memories he tried to avoid, and the woman unexpectedly helps him face them. Their meeting reveals that healing does not follow a straight path and that sometimes, people walk into your life for reasons you don't see at first. The experience shows that even the most painful reminders can lead to new understanding, new strength, and maybe even new beginnings. The story teaches that life doesn't always break you, sometimes it gives you exactly what you need to find yourself again.